and in the next video I'm going to explain how to paint a ghoul like this one here. So I will paint this one. These are from the Warhammer Underworld's Beastgrave. This is the Ghoul Warband, and I will repeat the paint job you see here on this one on camera. So keep tuned if you want to know how to paint the ghouls on this color scheme. We are going to use contrast paints, and the first one I'm going to use is Basilicum Grey. We are going to do a base coat of Basilicum Grey over the miniature. Here it is. We want to give soft cover, so not too heavy. We want it to keep it quite light. Okay, so we start from, and I will try to avoid to cover the hair. Okay, and also avoid to cover the bones. There we're going to use, I'm going to use a lot of contrast paints on this tutorial. Okay, contrast paints, keep using them since they were launched, some of them, and I have to say that I'm very happy with the results that I'm obtaining. Okay, we are going to give nice homogeneous cover, but at the same time we want it to be light. Okay, so I will do that, and I come once this is done. Okay, once Basilicum Grey has dried, now we are going to apply Guilliman flesh all over the skin, and this will give this brown reddish fleshy tone. So with the grey will give a very interesting coloration. Okay, you can use this, or you can use Dracorat. Sorry, you can use dark coat flesh. Any of the two work nicely on the to give this tone of, I think it's really quite a weird color scheme. It's giving a very nice even more brown. Okay, so we are going to apply this all over the skin. Again, we try to be careful with the part where we don't want skin tone. Okay, and I will keep applying this one. Okay, you can see that it's giving a very nice, very interesting color. Okay, I play here with the transparency. As you can see, I'm using the transparency of the contrast paints to give this type of unhealthy color scheme in the end, right? So we can go unhealthy with very pale. This time I go with this greyish tone underneath. Okay, you can see it. So, and then we need to wait that this dries before doing any further step. So we'll finalize to apply this, the flesh tone, and I will be back once this has dried, ready for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Apothecary White on the hair of this ghoul. So we are going to do this. Want to go for a greenish hair in this case. So Apothecary White will be a good start. Okay, we apply it. On the hair. On the beard. Okay. Have to be careful not to forget the back of the beer. We wait that this dries. While this is drying, I'm going to paint the bone with the skeleton horde. Okay. We're going to do this part. This is like applying, give a very similar result of applying Usubati or Shakti bone plus Seraphim Sepia. Okay, we'll do this. We're going to do also these long bones. Okay. Like that. Here. And now I'm going to paint this part down with snake by leather. We are going to do this part here. Okay, we do like that as well. You can do all the hair with this snake by leather if you want. It's up to everyone. The taste for the colors. They want to give an old look to this guy, as he's the leader of the band. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Ironbreaker, and I'm going to do all the metal parts with Ironbreaker. Okay, we're going to do this type of hooks. The ghouls have everywhere. We're going to do, in the case, this type of halberd or axe. It's quite a big axe, and I'm going to do it as if this is also metal part. Okay, so I'm going to do all the metallics with that, and once half dry, also the contour space half dry, I will be back for the next step. Next step, we are going to use Willwood contrast on this part here, and after that we will wait that this dries, and we are going to do a wash of Air shade. So first we do that. here. Okay, we apply a little of this. Okay. We do this side. Applying the contrast paints, you lose a little bit of control sometimes because they flow very easily, but they give very nice finishing in one. And for tabletop, I highly recommend the contrast paints. So we put this, and we finalize that, and we wait this dries before doing the next step. So next step, I'm going to use, as I said, Agrax air shade. We are going to put this on the bones, on the hair. So when I want to, the hair is looking too clean, and we are going to put this there to give a brown touch, so it will look dirtier. Okay, you can see now. Right, I want to put it as well on the metal parts. We are going to put it, of course, on the axe. Okay, you can be quite generous with that. We are going to put on the viewer. Here on the hair. Don't forget the back of the beer. Okay, and we keep looking here. And we go down to the ground. Okay, we apply here everywhere. And I want to apply as well a little bit on the bones. I want to make the bones look dirtier, and the place where I want to put it is here inside of this part, and this part here. Okay, let it dry. And put it as well to give a nice brown tint to look. Yeah, the bones have to look dirty as well. We can increase the shading here, adding as well Agrax air shade. Okay, and now once we have done all this, we need to wait that the Agrax air shade is drying before doing any further step. I also recommend to put it in the mouth if it's not too dark, and in the eyes. It will help for the next steps. Okay. Now I wait that this dries, and I come back for the next step. Okay, once the Agrax air shades have dried, we are going to start working on the highlights and details. So we'll start with the face, and I will use wraith bone. Okay, I don't want to use full white. To do the eyes and the teeth. Okay, we are going to apply this like that. Okay. I was hesitating how to do the eyes for these guys, and at the end I decided to make human eyes. Okay. But with a lot of very deep. Now on the teeth. to put like that. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to use, sorry for that. We are done with that. Just keep it here in case I need to do some. I'm going to use Corvus Black, sorry. And it's not a real black, it's a very deep gray. But we'll do the work that I want. Is that we're going to do the eyes of him. Okay, you see it like that. And like that. This is done. And now we can work on highlighting the skin. To highlight the skin, I'm going to use 3 colors. Okay, to work now on the skin, I'm going to use Gothard Brown. I'm going to use Racker Flesh. And I'm going to use Bainlet Brown as well. Okay, start with the Gothard Brown. Okay. And what we are going to do, I will take as well the Bainlet Brown this moment. We have to be very careful with the Racker Flesh. I'm going to first highlight the expression of the like that. Okay. I really want to go almost for a brown skin color. Okay. No, I'm working just with Bainlet Brown. Then I will use, you see here I have this thing that is very reddish. I will use Gothard Brown. And we go over. Know that the intention is to clean up the rest. I like how it looks like. So we have a very nice shading with the 2 contrast paints we have used before. Okay, so now what we want to do is just to accentuate the nice shading I highlight that we already have. And in case we have, for example here, the ear, I will put a little bit of Gothard Brown on the ear. Okay, and now it's done. I'm going to do the same on the next one. This is why we need Gothard Brown. Gothard Brown is have a quite nice red tone, this brown. This is quite similar to the mixture that we already did. And now we can use a little bit of Bainlet Brown just to accentuate a little bit more. Okay, and we keep highlighting. Now we will start using sorry, Racker Flesh. I will still start highlighting the scarf, for example. The pustules. For example, on the knee. I'm using a mixture of Bainlet Brown and Gothard Brown. here we have a very nice one, where the places where we have a really nice color, we don't need to touch too much. Here I will use no water brown. Okay, because this work is mainly, what we are doing now is mainly to clean up if we have made, if the previous layer was not that clean. Okay, I'm touching here the scars. For example, here I don't like too much how the bottom is looking. I'm going to use a little bit of, what you see, applying water brown, and now with Grymwatch brown. And now water brown. You can see water brown again. Now a little bit of Grymwatch brown. Okay, I'm going to only mark this thing. You can see that the two layers of, in that miniature, to be fair, I don't need to work too much. The two contrast paints did a very nice work on the color of the skin of this guy. So this is not too much. I like to have this color variation all over the place. Just on the parts where I let the paint maybe have make small stains, we can clean up them. On the halberd, I realized before, for example here, this is too light. Now we realize the halberd there, we miss a little bit. I'm going to use light belcher, just a little bit. Just to be sure here. Okay. Good. I'm going to highlight a little bit this leg. Touch this very little scar. And I don't mind to have some parts that are more reddish than others. I think this will make the skin look more natural. Right, the skin is not always a uniform color. Now what I'm doing is here I will use a little bit of as well brown. If I realize it is too much, let's go to brown. I soft this. Okay, the same here. And you can see the gutter brown works very well. The other thing I like to use gutter brown, or even in that case, I will use gutter brown here, is when we have these things. I put a bunch of water brown, and on the very dark parts, I will use Dryad bark, okay? So I will use this here. Also to camouflage this and no. So here it was mainly to hide, because we have a scar here on the belly. You can see that how nice have worked the two shades there. The two shades, the two contrasts, sorry. Okay. And here as well we have this connection too visible. So I'm going to use Lothar Brown. Here I would use dark. I will use the same on the other side. Now I will use Dryad bark, mix a little bit with Lothar Brown. Okay, and the idea is to simulate a little bit the joints. I glued them, I put glue to try to make them less visible, but sometimes we need to help with the paint. Okay. Now we'll take a little bit of Grymwatch brown. We are going to do it like that. Okay. I'm going to use now that I have the Dryad bark here. I'm going to apply a little bit on this type of bandages or okay. Good. What I'm going to use next? I'm going to use let me take these paints out. I'm going to use now a wash. I'm going to use Carlsberg Crimson. We are going to do two different things with this wash. Okay, we are going to apply this here on the beer. And this will help me to give a reddish tonality. You don't want to be too strong, so try to just put something like that. Okay, and I'm going to put this on the scars. That is why I was making them very clear, because now the red, and don't worry if you go a little bit wider, because this will help. I also like to put it where I have around the hook, so when I have rings like these ones on the pustules. Okay, for example here, the skin is stressed. So on this, and of course on the scar on the belly. This red will help me to give this little bit sick and more gore look to the guy. Okay. Now that this has dry, I can add a little bit more red just at the bottom. Okay, and we have this is the beer dirty of red from eating. Okay. Okay. Next step, let's work on the rust on the weapon, and I'm going to use Resin Rust for that, but I will apply it in a different way. I will dilute it, take a bad brush, put a lot of water, take some, very dilute, and I will apply it where we have these holes. We'll do as well here next to the where you don't want to do it is on the blade. Okay, we can apply it, for example, here, here. As you can see, I did to put very little, quite thin. You can see when it's drying, is not that ugly. I will wait that this dries. Now I will work a little bit on the highlights of the bones. Okay, I'm going to use Ushapti bone. And we are going to highlight a little bit the bones. I'm going to clean up in case there was one, for example. I will clean it up a little bit. I don't want to go too light in color. I like to keep this touch brown on the bones. I like them to look dirty. Okay. Good. I'm going to highlight a little bit the leather straps. I'm going to use more from brown for that, to go for a different brown. We're going to add some highlights on this. Go for a more. Okay. Okay. Now the last thing we can do is to add some blood effects, and also I was forgetting, we need to do another second wash on the axe. I'm going to use again Agric Air Shade, and the intention is to make this orange look even darker. Okay. I think the orange is too. Now I want to give a second wash. To give really the sensation of dirty and rust weapon. You can do a second layer on the other metal parts. Okay. Now I will wait that this dries and I come back. So now that the Agric Air Shade has dried, I'm going to use Stone Cold Silver. You can use round fang steel, and if the two will do the work, I take one of my thinner brushes in that case. And what I want to do is to add some bright, some shiny part just on the blade. And as you see, I do it with very small strokes that are perpendicular to the blade. me the ability to have this type of finishing. If I see a cat, what I will do is I will go next to the cat, do something like that, and then here as well I'm going to do something like that. Okay. This cat is very far. What we can do, something like that. We can do more of these cats if you want. Or scratches, because at the end the axe will have some of this scratch if have gone through something, right? Normally you tend to polish the cutting edge. I'm going to do here the same. Okay, and we are going to do as well on the pikes, these ones. Okay, now I like to do a little bit of blood effect. So I will put some blood on his mouth, so I'm going to use blood for the blood god. Okay, I'm going to go out of the mouth a little bit. Right, and we can put on the blade. We need to put on the other side as well. Okay. Okay. What I like to do to make the blood a little bit darker, if I find it's too bright, this blood, I like to use a little bit of noon oil, gloss noon oil. Especially when you have a lot of blood, I would like to put a little bit of this. Just a little bit. give a little bit more of deepness to the blood. Okay. Well, you can also put some blood on the ground. We're going to put just some. We have all the meters quite bloody on this warband. We can put some blood on the ground. Okay, and again I mix it with a little bit of black. Okay, and that's all. That's the miniature painted. So that's all for this tutorial. This is all for this week. I hope you have enjoyed this one. Please give a like if you have liked it. Share if you think other people can learn from this. I hope you find this interesting, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.